I am the Headless Headhunter. I am a corporate recruiter here to review your resumes to get you ahead of your job search. The first resume we have up is an IT support specialist. So normally when I review these, I know like how many applications they sent, know how good or bad it is. Unfortunately, in this one, I think there was a type, like someone put an error because it says it takes them 150 apps to get a single job, which is not good. But then they also told me that they got it for like 1 out of 10 jobs. So something is off, but I'm going to review this as if I did not know the ratio. So what we're going to be looking for in the US, at least, this person is in Venezuela. I tried finding some of these in Venezuela, but I couldn't because they were probably in, I assume, Spanish, and I cannot speak it. So I wish I did. What we're going to be looking for is Mac, Linux, Android, or Windows. Not necessarily all of these, just that companies usually have an environment and they want you to work in that environment. Slack, Zoom, and Google Workspace, education, customer service, networking, IP, troubleshooting, multitask, and meet deadlines is huge. Microsoft Office suites, and again, this is probably the biggest one that I want to highlight again is troubleshooting. They really, really want to know that you can troubleshoot stuff. Then Microsoft Office suites, and a bonus, but not required, but is a bonus, is CompTI and or Microsoft Certified Desktop Support. So if you don't have those, it's not a deal breaker. It's just a huge plus. Because I see a lot of people put CompTI on everything. I'm like, I don't think it's needed for a lot of stuff, but this it's needed for. So let's review this. All right, education, good. None of this should be bolded. Well, it highlighted everything. Okay. The only things that should be bolded is this and this, okay? And maybe your name at the very top. You do not want everything bolded. It's not letting me highlight everything, right? But this should not be bolded. So, all right. Otherwise, this is fine. Let's see. Provided L2 IT support. Is it okay to put L2 on here? It might. This might be a case, although it's possible that one company's L2 is another company's L3 or L1. So diagnosing and resolving. This is a good word, diagnosing and resolving. 40 medium to critical technical tickets weekly. The rest of that is not good. Expertise included cloud, good, security. Okay, so this is too wordy. This is way too wordy. What I would like you to say is instead is supported, diagnosed, and troubleshot tickets as they came in, right? Tickets in cloud, security, and third-party vendor escalations, along with software and OS troubleshooting, or software and OS, while meeting all my deadlines, okay? Something like that. But this is very incomprehensible, especially because I feel like your font is off. You really do want Arial 10.5. It is the best font. It is easy to read and boring, which is what you want. So, IT support specialist, analyze and documented incoming technical problems to either resolve them directly or escalate appropriately. This is fine. Also, remember, every single bullet point is a single sentence. It can be a run-on sentence. It can be a long sentence, but it needs to be one sentence. So this would be a bullet point. This would be a separate one. But provided comprehensive support for end users on both Mac and Windows, good. Closing 25 help tickets. The problem is 25 help tickets per week could vary by company, and it's possible that 25 at one company is terrible at another. So I don't like you putting in 25 help desk tickets per week because they may not know how good that is comparatively. You really want to say like multitask or made multiple simultaneously tickets while meeting all of my metrics, right? That way they know that you succeeded, you did your goal. But 25 help desk tickets per week could be phenomenal, or it could be absolutely a super low performer. So problem solving and resolution positive user. So here, if you got a lot of positive user experience, this is where you can put it in. This is a brag you can use, like helped people blah 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 blah, which resulted in like 30% or a high user experience rating or something, right? You have to make it understandable as if I do not know your industry. Simplify complex technique for both senior and non-technical clients, ensuring effective and clear communication. This is okay. I like what you're going for here. It just, you said it weird because you are the person that needs to tell somebody, hey, your computer's unplugged. This is how you fix it. And you need to say it like, I think it's okay to say, like, solve problems by simplifying complex technical concepts for both senior and non-technical clients. That is okay, but you wrote it, weirdly enough, complex. So, develop full stack SQL database. I don't think I care about this. React, architected Kotlin. Again, I'm not looking for a software engineer. I'm looking for IT support. Firewall switches. This might be useful, the rest of this. So, yeah, it's not a great resume because I really am missing a lot of stuff. Like, I saw troubleshot maybe once. I don't know if I saw networking, and the biggest problem is this is the font and how dense this is they may miss what they need. So I know I say a lot, you need more keywords, you need more keywords. Well, you do need more keywords, but you also need to make them simple and easy to read. Remember, someone has 15 seconds to read this. That's it. That's all they get. I've spent, what is this, like a 3-minute video so far? I've spent way more time than I would be physically able to do. So that's all I can do with this one. You need a little more keywords. You need to simplify it for the layman, and probably a different font and less bolding, because that will make it easier to read. Do that, you should get more interviews. So that's all for this resume. Before we move on to the next resume, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. If you need to send your resume, it is free. It is in the link below. Or you can join me on my Twitch at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST till about 2. That is where I get these keywords. That is where I create them and find them, and I can show you how, because I have not found a easy way to make a video showing people how to get the keywords. I'm working on it. It's not complete yet. It's going to be a bit. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a data analyst. So they are transitioning from software engineer to data analyst position. We do not know their ratio, but what we're going to be looking for in a data analyst is SQL, Excel, Tableau, whatever, Tab, Skibbity, whatever, Power BI, AI, ML, Jira, Python, R, subject matter expert, because you are the one who knows the data, data visualization, ETL, which is extract, transform, and load, I think, stakeholders, and that you have solved issues with data. So let's see if we have it. All right. So first off, the education is not up top. Yeah, you've got a master. It's ongoing. That's fair. But wait, you just went. So at the very bottom, and I don't think anybody can see this, is they have a B Tech in electrical engineering, and then they are currently enrolled in a master's in statistics. It is okay to put the master's up at the top, even if it's in progress. So that is okay, because they may actually like that you are in statistics and stuff. But let's see. So this can be deleted, doesn't help. Develop and maintain an automated ETL. Cool. What's ETL? I know I said extract, transform, and load, but it's possible the person reading this doesn't know. So what you want to do is an automated, whatever that is, extract, transform, and load, and then in parentheses put ETL, so that they know that that's what it is, and then throughout the rest of the resume you can put ETL. Pipelines to ingest and transform merchant and vendor data using Python. I don't know if I really care as much about Python. I do care about SQL, though. Implemented data validation. Is that something I care about? No. Checks and anomaly detections, don't really care. Leveraged, I hate the word leveraged. I don't, it's not a knock against the candidate. I just really don't like the word, and you probably shouldn't use it in your resume unless you are talking about negotiating. That is when I use it. My mic, this is completely off. I am sorry. Let me fix this real quick. So leveraged rejects, and I don't care about rejects, and custom scripts to clean. Everyone talks about clean data. I don't think I've seen a single job description that says it. Unstructured data from improving downstream. I don't care about that. So here's the problem. This is the job you're currently in, and this is going to be arguably one of the most important things. This is the fact of where you've done data and analysis stuff, not software engineering stuff. I barely see anything here. I see ETL, but you didn't describe what ETL was, which you still have to do, and I only saw SQL, and that's it. That's all I saw. Where is the Excel, the Tableau, the Power BI, the Jira, the Python? Python is there. Sorry, you do have Python. Where is the subject matter expert, data visualization, ETL? You have stakeholders. So you only have like 3 things, and I need more. Built scripts to validate clean speech, integrated SQL. SQL is fine. SQL is fine. Python is okay, but I don't have anything else. Where's you as a subject matter expert, right? You could put something in here about like how you explained the data to non-technical people. So Excel and Tableau all the way down here. Why is it all the way down here? What is stuff in here? Also, nothing here should be bolded. So yeah, you have a problem that there's only like 3 or 4 things I need. And if it's possible that this is not related, then leave it off. Because let's see, pandas, is pandas needed? Uncover, no. SQL, yeah, okay, so the only thing I found is SQL, Excel, I think Power Tableau, yeah, Tableau, Python, and ETL. Am I missing anything? Did I find anything else? I think that might be it. So 5 to 6, you need way more. So this stuff needs to be here. And if they're in projects, that's okay. But I don't really see anything here that is relevant. So especially if you're transitioning to a different industry, you need to have those up. So this is like not the worst because you at least have some, but I definitely understand why you would be getting a not great ratio because you don't really have what we would be looking for. I really do need subject matter expert along with data visualization and stakeholders. Those are going to be key, and I don't see those. I need those. So let's move to the next resume. This is the wrong resume that I did not bring up. Let me get it up real quick. All right, this is the resume that we're looking for. This is a DevOps engineer. So their ratio is actually pretty good, so I'm expecting this to be good. So they said they don't know their exact ratio, but in 2 to 3 weeks, I got like 3 to 4 interviews and have applied to around 60 positions. That's phenomenal. I know I don't have Linux in my keywords, but to be honest, it's kind of a requirement that you don't think needs to be mentioned. It may need to be mentioned. I mean, look, it doesn't matter what you think is needed. It matters what's in the job description. And if it's in the job description, it's needed. Although, admittedly, you don't necessarily need just Linux. It could be Linux or like Windows or whatever. But let's see. Is Linux actually even a requirement? Yeah, it is. Okay. So my main goal is to find a job outside of Brazil, mostly US, LATMA, or EU. So assuming you have the visa requirements, you'll be going for a remote role. So let's check to see what this resume is. I'm expecting it to be solid. DevOps engineer with scalable cloud, AWS. Again, this should be here. This needs to be one line and not bolded, but it's a minor thing. Support engineering teams company-wide, maintaining infrastructure that handles 50+ million monthly requests. That could actually be needed. AWS, EC2, and EKS, that's the cloud. Reduced AWS, again, I want to know. Built to maintain Jenkins pipelines. Here it is. So lower. Supported infrastructure, largest streaming platform with other ability nationwide. So that's pretty good. With networking, content delivery architecture, including caching, load balancing, traffic distributions, point of presence, migrated infrastructure as code. There we go. Good. Helped to maintain GitLabs. I think Git was one of them. Might not be. But you still have a lot of stuff with like networking. Let's see. Infrastructure as code is good. Compliance. So Google Cloud, Google Cloud, Jenkins, infrastructure, cloud, and Terraform. So yeah, it's not terrible. I think you need a little bit more, but it also may be that the kind of the problem is the keywords change based on the location. So maybe these are better for like Brazil's keywords and not necessarily for the US or vice versa. Especially because like the UK has different keywords than the US. So it's kind of hard for me to tell in the keywords, but you do have like part of it here. Again, I want this to be in here, but I do like that you have AWS right up front. You have infrastructure as code right down here. You have architecture, which is always a good one. We have networking. We have cloud and a couple of those. So, and your metrics actually can be understood by a layman. So pretty good. Could be, I think, better in the formatting and probably a little cleaner on which keywords we want, but also it may be based on where you're applying those are not the keywords. So not bad. Could be probably better, but I do like that you have DevOps engineer as well. It's actually, they really like seeing DevOps engineer. So that's all I can do for this one. Let's go. Wait, what? Oh, in progress. So you're graduating December. Okay, yeah. Let's go to the next one. This is a resume that I've never reviewed before. It is a PLC engineer or PLC technician or PLC programmer. They have a lot of names that apparently mean the same thing. So what we're going to be looking for is your education in this. I want to see programmable logic controller, which is PLC, just once at least. I want to see MS Office. I don't know why, but a lot of them had it. CNC is nice to have, but here's sort of where the biggest breakdown is. So there are in these jobs a lot of keywords, but you don't necessarily need all of them. The most common ones seem to be broken down into either Siemens Semantic or Allen Bradley. There's also a one or two others that were robots like FUKOW, but primarily it's going to be broken down into whatever this is. And then one or two or three of these. But although Factory Talk View is the most important one. And this was in almost every single job, which was troubleshooting. You want troubleshooting in here and PLC programming. And then it's sort of broken down in like the type of thing. So it's going to be like thermo or AC or DC. And no, I don't know what those mean in this context, but that's what the job description said. So let us see. All right. Designed, programmed, and tested. PLC controls for over a dozen automated warehouse for homes material handling solutions for major clients. So they weren't really asking for this. So I think what we can say is we could just say programmed PLC, right? Control systems for our warehouses and fulfillment centers. I think that would probably be enough. And that could actually even fit on one line. Also, your formatting here is a little off. This should be one line. This should be one line. And you don't really need this little line in between these. So, but that's minor. PLC programming in structure test function blocks is Siemens. So here's an issue. I'm going to pronounce this as S. So S, whatever this is, was a part of the keywords. The problem is there's a lot of other keywords here, and it's possible they would miss this. So I would sort of basically scrub this sentence down to just say, like, you know, worked with S and Allen Bradley X or Y. All right. And then this, the TI portal we just did, advanced troubleshooting of controls, good. So you don't even need to say advanced. Like, what is the difference between advanced and intermediate and beginner and expert? So just say troubleshoot controls, electrical, mechanical, and network systems, right? Grammatically, that doesn't make sense, but make it a little bit more sense, and that should be fine. I don't know if I saw AutoCAD really on this one. But configured, integrated, and troubleshot FD, PLCs, network switches, third party. Yeah, it's just very heavy. And I don't see talk view. And if I did, I might have missed it. Or RS Logics or whatever Logics. So I think these numbers I don't see. But I did see. Let's see. I also don't see MS Office, which was in a lot of them. I don't know why, but it was. Developed and maintained apartment using Python, HTML, JavaScript. I don't think there's anything here that I need. Yeah, so it's the biggest problem is it's very wordy, and this is an issue that you can have like mechanical engineers and software engineers is you can't fit in every keyword. So I would very much focus on, do not bold these in your resume. This is just to help you understand. Please don't bold this in the resume, but you want to focus sort of on this stuff right here. And then make sure that you have at least a sentence with MS Office. But that is sort of what's going to get you a job. Because a lot of them were different. That was true. But they had a similarity of either having either the Semantic or Allen Bradley. And they usually had one thing from this list. They wanted troubleshooting. They wanted PLC programming. So this is a 101 resume. So we can definitely improve it with those. And I think that should help an awful lot. Let's go to the next resume. Is a resume of a front-end developer. So, assuming this is going to be in the US, which, again, I think the keywords between the US and the UK and the EU for front-end dev are the same. We're going to be looking for JavaScript, React, AngularJS, HTML, CSS, and PHP, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, WordPress, Git, Docker, Jira, Vue, Next, and a bonus is going to be extra language, Cloud, UI, UX, SASS, and TypeScript. So, this person said they had a 50 ratio, which is a 1 to 50, which is not bad. It's not good. That's like average, like a C minus. Hopefully that is accurate because they did not give me any information, but let's see if that is the case or not. So, okay, don't care about this. This should be one line. Again, that's not major, but you really don't want a summary unless you're switching industries. So, programming languages, this again can be ignored. Professional experience. Also, we don't necessarily need to know when you started, only if you finished it. So, pardon me, you don't really need the when you started the college. You just take when you finished it, or status graduated. So, developed a responsive website using HTML, Tailwind CSS, and JavaScript, and that's good. Built and launched full stack using React, good. Node.js and MongoDB, that's a partly full stack, but we have React. Driving a 60% increase in leads for clients that are using it through SEO. SEO is a good one. Reduced load times, engagement, and lazy loading, don't care about that. Integrated RESTful API, yep, there we go. And UX. So with the exception of this is really solid. And I think if anything, this is hurting you. This is hurting you because this is exactly how I would like someone to write these bullet points with the exception of this. This right here, and I don't know if it's going to do it on my computer, this and the last bullet point of this are enough to potentially get you a interview. That's it. These are how you write it right here and right here. And the SEO. I don't need all these percentages, but the rest of it is really good. Like, I don't know if I need to go further down. I kind of already found it. Realistically, what's happening is they're seeing all of this and they're missing the actual keywords down here. So you don't need this. You don't need this. You do need to keep the education. And you need to format it. You just need to say like 2021 or status graduated. But otherwise, this is really good. Like, do I need to go further down? I don't know. I kind of found everything I needed. Operational support. Yeah, there's nothing here that I really care about. Timeline, it's a little weird, but so yeah, you may want to actually delete this because I think this is hurting you. Junior Android developer. Android could be good. I don't know if the keywords for Android and this are the same or not, but there are a lot of overlap. So I would, if anything, just delete this, and redo this sentence to maybe add SQL. Yeah, SQL and Angular, and maybe Git. And I think you're good. This is primarily a formatting one. I'm glad that we could end this on a good note. But yeah, that's it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you need more help, stop by my live stream at Monday, Wednesday, Friday at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, 11 a.m. PST. That's where I get these keywords. And, you know, if you are a developer, this is how I want those to be written. I don't care about the 60%, but everything else is good. These are good keywords. This is really good. Your formatting is just hurting you. So I will see you all in the next video, and I'm happy to help you get ahead in your job search.